You know what the wildest thing about reality is? That it doesn't matter what you do. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't matter how perfect you make it. I've tried really hard to do that. It doesn't matter what people do to you in the sense of lying. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that there's a ton of people who talk shit about you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point in your life, especially if you're doing it to other people. Now, the trick is that we tend to do things that give us the moment of co-signing for it. Now, I don't want you to get all lackadaisical in this and be like, oh, what is co-signing? Co-signing specifically, what I mean is, it's like you're saying it's okay. When you sit back and you regurgitate and you just keep doing the things the way that you're doing them, you're saying it's okay. When you think about the times and the situations and the reminiscing of what was, you affect other people's lives. Now, for some reason, you're not supposed to be the main character in your story. And I kind of get what you guys are talking about in that. But the main character of the story is you. You are the main character in your story. It's not main character syndrome. When you make decisions, you make the ones that are best for you. Now, I'm a mom. I've got 3 kids. I still got to make the decisions that are best for me as a human. And whatever is best for me ends up being the best possible outcome for the children because you were honest with yourself and you did the best you could. And even if the best you can do, like if you're doing your best and it is not good enough, sometimes that's true. Sometimes you've just fucked up so bad that your kids can't forgive you. But don't use God to do it. Don't act like because you co-signed something that these people are signing contracts with the devil, because the devil didn't exist until that church did. It didn't exist until they required it to exist. They created it. They made it so. They developed a system based off of knowledge to intentionally manipulate you and get you pulled away from who you are. I just went through a bunch of videos and pictures and things like that in my saved thing. Years ago, my ex and I, who I was married to, we decided to share Google Photos, but we were only supposed to do it from one point on, and it ended up doing everything. It showed me everything. And then he, of course, acted like I was nuts, that these things didn't happen at this time, this situation, but it was obvious. It would come up in my memories, whose asses he was taking pictures of, everything when I was doing things. And I was afraid in all of this to leave because I was in the most vulnerable time of my life. I moved in with this person after I left shelter for leaving an abusive first marriage. I was humiliated when I realized I was being abused by him. I was devastated because of religious upbringing and having this moment when I was younger and saying, I'm going to marry him one day, aren't I? And I hear yes. And then all of a sudden he was dating someone else, but that's a whole nother story I don't even care about, which is so wild and delusional to tell you everything about what this person thinks of. But let's be clear. It wasn't a good thing. I didn't investigate it. I didn't go, I wonder what that means. I just assumed that meant it was for my benefit. And yet, everything will always work out for your benefit. If you see it, do you see how things are working out for your benefit? Because for me, my children didn't get some of the rage from this person. I noticed even in these pictures that he was taking pictures of the other kids he had in his house who happened to be teenagers, and it was very inappropriate. Twice putting camera underwater to look at the young girl he had in his home. A person and a family that thought that they were chilling with this person and thought their relationship was much more, he specified to me, was not anything. And I bring this up because there's I love yous in these messages, there's everything, and it is in my thing because he took screenshots. He is the reason why I understand how much I need to protect myself from people. When you refuse to stop listening, okay, to yourself, okay, when you refuse to stop listening, the other way, when you refuse to listen to yourself, okay, when you refuse to listen to yourself, you put yourself in a situation consistently when you are not realizing what you are choosing and what you are doing. Do you think that I want to have ownership over this sociopath that was in my life? Now, I'm not a professional. However, I've taken quite a few classes and have quite a few certificates. However, I am not, that kind of doctor. However, what I will say is, I'm also not a doctor, but anyway, I digress. Psychopath. I have never in my life met anyone as actually diabolical as this person is. We'll say he's not following you when he has a tracking device on your car. We'll say he didn't do this when it's plain evidence in front of your face. We'll tell you that naked photos are old, but yet they are brand new. Said it wasn't on this phone, not at this time, but the person gets a new phone every year because that's all that they love is electronics and everything that they can build their life full of. He got everything he wanted. He got the job he wants. He's gotten everything. He's giving the credit to God too, and he can have it because I don't want no part of that God. That God had me in abusive relationships. That God had me growing up in a house. Red. That that guy had that God had me underneath parents who believed in this salvation thing to such an umpteenth degree that people who treat themselves as liberals in this society, as Democrats, will call me a devil worshiper. What are you? You believe that it's okay to unalive someone on a cross for your sins. And I'm the Delulu? I got the wrong stick here? I will say this. Once I realized what kind of bullshit it was, the doors opened. My life has become closer, if not closer than I've ever imagined, to being smooth and calm and respectable and everything that I've ever wanted. Because once that started happening, once I had a willing partner to actually invest in my life, all right, a willing partner to invest in me as a human, because they now actually are investing in themselves instead of just deciding the only thing important is alcohol and DRUGSs. But yes, I was the DRUGS addict. Okay. Smoking does not make you an addict. Relying on things in general or at all over you as source is the wrong thing. Egotistical, self-aggrandizing, evil choices that were constantly done intentionally, even by the females around him. And P.S., I do have those pictures and I do have those videos of him spending time with that one person who said, no, it wasn't me, but I did this to this other person. It was me to the other person, but it wasn't me. who did it with him, even though there's a video and there's pictures and there's time and it shows. Just like when she sent the cheeseburger Swiss with mushrooms home with you that night and you tried to tell me it was for me. Facts remain. Fuck you. As long as it's not me.